Well, hello, Bruno.
Hey, hello. What I'm doing right now is, as you can see, you got so many different layers of red and copper and bright and more subtle colors. I colored those hair wefts last night, and we used a different combination of different tones. And as you can see, I just assembled all of them to create like a panache of fire. When you see a fire, you got different shade of red and deep red, bright red, more orangey red, copper, all different shade of like really strong colors. So I just started with some really deep dark red. That's the first panel, and then I did like a really deep, even darker, like a red wine.
And you're
color.
using the full spectrum.
I'm using all the full spectrum. It's a combination of permanent color, full spectrum, combination of deposit, combination of deep, and also what I do is to create different shade of red. I mix some full spectrum permanent color with some deep tones. Mix the deposit with some deep to create so many different variations. The idea is, as you can see on the table, is to create like a strong different shade. As you can see, you got some really dark, you got some more coppery orangey, some really strong red, some bright orangey shades.
How maybe give us some color formulas here. Like for instance,
yeah. For instance, this one here, we lift the color really to a very pale yellow blonde. And what I did is I use a pure tone ON deposit color, and I mix with some light red and dark red from deep. And I use 10 volume just to deposit the color on it. For the one underneath, this one here, they are very subtle in a way, but they are very strong and they're quite distinctive to each other. So this one, I use a combination of light pure base with dark pure base, and I did an extra intense red from the full spectrum range. For example, for the bright orange, as you can see here, that is a trade secret. It's, you know, when you lift hair weft with a really pale yellow blonde, to create a bright orange, you have to do more than one application. You use light pure base, double amount of light YO, equal parts, one tube, 28 grams of light OR, and I use only 1 gram of orange yellow from deep. And to give this extra lift, I use 40 volume. And then at the end, what you can do is you use deposit ON, and you put light orange yellow from deep, and you use like a 30 volume color catalyst. That's because you can not normally use deposit with color catalyst like more than the cream developer, but if you want something really strong and bright, you can just mix anything you want. You are in charge of the color, so you can just create whatever you feel like it's right for you. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you do it, it's what you want to see at the end. For example, this one here. This one here is a bit more subtle copper. It's more like a soft copper. So this one is the level 7 with some light OR. And I think, if I remember, I use 1 gram of RR to give the intensity. This one underneath, so it's a bit more like, yeah. You got the depth. It's reminded me the leaves of the trees in Canada. You know, all the panache of a different shade of autumn red. And that was the idea of it behind, kind of like almost like you drink a glass of red wine in France, but you dilute with some white and rosé, so you create a kind of like different colors with it. I mean, we love wine anyway. Yeah. And then this one is the darker, so I used one of the new pure pigments, red, which coming out next year, and it's not out yet, but I just do equal parts with 10 volume color catalyst. And it's a combination of so many different shades.
Lovely.
Annalene wants me to talk about this color, maybe?
Yes.
That's what she said.
And I mean, we have this online, the formula, but maybe you can give us the formula on video.
Beautiful Teresa, she's gorgeous, isn't she? Look at her, beautiful red all the way through, long hair. Teresa, we use the pure pigments which coming out next year, which is red pure pigments, equal part with 10 volume. Roots to the end, all the way through the whole length, to have a nice even color. Because it's important to have nice something even all the way through, because you know sometimes you can have so many different patches. I hate it. I like when something is so beautiful and perfect.
And she was a natural level.
She was a natural level 6, like a dark blonde. And then to refresh it, I use ON deposit with the same again, the red pure pigments of the new color coming out next year. 5 minutes in the backwash to give it the intensity of the red, but still quite deep. More like a red rather than a red orange.
And when it comes to Aftercare, what shampoo and conditioner?
Highly recommend her to alternate the Color Conserve shampoo and the Color Conserve conditioner, and alternate with the Dry Remedy shampoo and the Dry Remedy conditioner. Because she's got long hair, it tends to tangle very easily, so it's better to do a combination of different kinds of shampoos and conditioner.
Did you perform a treatment on this at all?
I did. Because of, I believe strongly that the hair spa, moisturizing and straightening, gives so much benefits to the hair. So to lock the color in, I use every single time hair spa. And it's just so important to give the shine and the gloss, and it just grows the cuticle so well and nourish the hair to its best performance.
Now let's say that she had a very sensitive scalp. How do you protect that?
Well, if she had a sensitive scalp, I would add to the actual mixture of the color some lavender oil or the calming composition. But I don't do 10 drops, 20 drops, I do excessively more. Like I go up to 60 drops to have a maximum protection for the scalp. But then again, you see the Aveda color has so much essential oils inside the product itself. You don't need to do it so much, but someone is more sensitive. We're all different, we all have different skin, all different sensitivity depending on where you live, the sun, the atmosphere, the pollution, the city, the countryside. So I add more drops because she lives in a big city like London, and there's a lot of pollution, there's a lot of radiation, so it's better to protect as much as you can.
I see little Miss Freya over here. So let's maybe talk about what we did here on Freya.
Lovely Freya. Oh, she's such a lovely angel. We wanted to create like a baby blue. Baby blue you can obtain the baby blue by pre-enlightening the hair with 20 volume and cream booster to a very high pale yellow blonde, and then you rinse it out, do a deep nourishing treatment as a hair spa, the moisturizing and strengthening, rinse it out, and I use a combination of Eclipse Shade of Enlightenment plus 30 volume. But to get the intensity, I add 2 more grams in a mixture with light BB to get this strong, beautiful baby blue. Because the baby blue tends to wash out very quick, we did it a bit more intense to give a bit more depth. And when you wash it, it just tends to fade away a bit more. So, looks good, isn't it?
It looks
beautiful.
it's lovely.
It's like a sky cloud baby blue.
Do you love
shade.
it?
Yeah, I really love it.
It's beautiful. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.